Yeah. So before going to start the class, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Vidyashri. I'm having total 8+ years of experience in performance testing, and I'm working as a team lead in one of the reputed company. And I'm expertise on tools, Loadrunner, JMeter, NeoLoad, and different monitoring tools. So today our class and whatever the tools I'm going to train you is Loadrunner and JMeter. And apart from that, I'm more passionate about implementing the utilities as well. So for this performance testing tools, I have implemented few utilities like automatic report generation process. Means if we click on simple utility, if we open and if we enter the credentials whatever we need, if I click on the link, it will automatically generate all the server side metrics, client side metrics, and is there any bottlenecks? I mean, is there any JProfiler or thread drums, heap dumps metrics, garbage collection, all the metrics together? And previous companies are using my utility, so I'm passionate about implementing that utilities. I'm having little knowledge on JMeter as well. I mean Java as well. So that is completely about myself, and let's start the class. So before going to start the class, whatever the tools I'm going to cover in this training, okay? So the main aim is like I'm going to covering Loadrunner and JMeter, okay? So in Loadrunner, I will include, like, as you all know that we are having three components, right? Viewgen, controller, and analysis. So those are the three components in Loadrunner. And JMeter, I will show you the executions like GUI mode and non-GUI mode, and including with the different regions. I think everyone is also knows that, right? In a few of the interview questions also we are getting, like what is the where if we have different regions, how to execute the tests and how to consolidate the results. Okay, those things also I will include it in JMeter. And I will cover VTS, as you all know, that virtual table server. Why we will use virtual table server means like one script. Sorry, someone is saying something, or
Nothing, continue. Some disturbance.
yeah, sure. So I would like to include one thing before going to start. If you have any questions, you can discuss in after ending the session. Like after completion of my explanation, you can ask any questions, doubts, everything. Okay, before that, I would like to explain all the contents, whatever I'm interested and whatever I would like to share. Okay, and I will cover VTS server for both Loadrunner and JMeter. So in this Loadrunner and JMeter, as you all know that Loadrunner virtual table server is already inbuilt implemented, but JMeter it got not implemented, right? I will explain how to use that virtual table server also. Why we use means one script, if you run one script, we are getting some output data or order IDs. I would like to pass that order IDs to the next script. At that situation, we will use this virtual table server. I will cover that as well. And coming to the external tools, why we need external tools means like if we are unable to record it with Loadrunner or JMeter. So by using these external tools, we can record the script. Okay, Fiddler, Bad Boy, HTTP Watch, F12 developer tools, all these things we have external tools. We can use those to record the script and export it to JMeter or Loadrunner script. I will show you the UI part and how I will show you little touch up in this session only how the tools was how it was. And I will include the encoder decoder part and regular expression regex 101 as well. So I will explain in coming classes in deeper about each and every tool and each and every concept. And I am going to cover API testing in Loadrunner and JMeter as well. In Loadrunner, I will cover like web or HTTP protocol, true client protocol, and API testing, API web services protocol also I will cover. And in JMeter, I will cover API testing. So how to use Postman for API testing, so I will cover that as well. And for integration, as you all know that, right, nowadays for integration everyone is using Git or Jenkins. So I will both cover Git and Jenkins. With Loadrunner also we can integrate with Git. As you all know that ALM means Performance Center. So Performance Center we do not have an access because it's a licensed one. But anyhow, I will show you with screenshots how to connect the Performance Center, how to open that. And I will also cover microfocus. This LRE 2020 was the latest version in Loadrunner, right? I will cover that microfocus PC integration as well. And coming to the server side monitoring tools, I will show you how Perfmon, AppDynamics, and Grafana, all the things. I will show you how it was and what are the metrics we are going to cover in server side. Database monitoring, AWR reports. So AWR reports also I will show you, like how we can pull the AWR reports, what type of calls we are getting, and how lengthy the calls was. All the things, even if it was a licensed one, I will cover with screenshots. And test data setup also, when we are using, client was using few tools, right, for database, Toad or SQL or MongoDB. All these tools we have used for data setup. Any one of these tools I will cover to show you. I'm going to show you in coming classes. And as you all know that, right, server side monitrix, garbage collections, thread dumps, heap dumps. Nowadays all the in interviews also, all the questions are mostly covering with this thread dumps, heap dumps, and garbage collection analysis topics, right? These are cover under engineering level, performance engineering level activities. So I will show you the JPROFILER. JPROFILER is also a licensed one, though we are having available free version. So I will show you how we can gather all the thread dumps, heap dumps on the things. Okay, I don't want to spend more time on theory part. Okay, so if you are more interested on theory part, you can pause my video and you can read it. So I don't want to lag longer time, and I don't want to keep more efforts on theory part, because once you got a job or once you entered into an organization, no one should ask you about theory part. Okay, what is SDLC life cycle, what is STLC, no one will ask you. But the way how you are performing, like how to create the scripting, how to executing, how more you are expert in dealing the engineering level activities. So those things I would like to cover more. So I will give you like basic touch up of these all things like SDLC, STLC. So few, what I will explain. So SDLC means it's a software development lifecycle. So any product or any particular new application like to implement by the software industries, so they will follow this SDLC lifecycle methodology. Let's see how the SDLC lifecycle methodology. So in this SDLC we are having different phases. So you can read deeper about this in internet. I think you will also know that, right? So phase one means we can project initiation will happen, discussions will happen, and what are the features we are going to implement. All these things will happen. And the phase two requirements, what are the requirements we need to gather to implement that product, and we need to design, right? So internal or external team we need, or any what is the design or architecture of that, how many servers we need. All the things comes under phase three. In phase 4, like coding and projecting, like code review, what is the what type of code we will use, front end what type of code we will use, all the things will be happen in phase 4. And phase 5, once the coding all the things will done, the testing phase is our phase. Okay, testing phase also we are having different types of testings. So I will explain in next slide. So phase 6 is the product release. Once the testing was done, then only the product will be released into the market. It's I can say it's a real time. Okay, live product. Product will be in live. And next phase 7, next post implementation activities will be happen. Is there any changes or is there any new version release? As you all know that SDLC methodologies, we have different type of methodologies: waterfall, iterative, spiral, agile, V, and big bang model. So nowadays, all the reputed organizations are following like waterfall or agile or V model. Apart from these three, no one is following the other models. Okay, waterfall means like it's a step-by-step process. Means once the requirement completes, then only analysis will start. Analysis completes, then only design will start. So the drawback of this waterfall model is like it's a step-by-step, right? Only one phase completes, then only the other phase will start. So this is the drawback of this waterfall model, I can say. And V model means if any requirement specification will be any requirement specification is happens at the same time, the developer will do the same thing, and testers is also preparing the document of this requirement specification, and both are parallelly doing at the same time, so that it will the complexity of the project will be happens in this. And methodology, it was this complete methodology was not that flexible compared to other agile model. As you all know that nowadays, since every software industry is following the agile model, so agile model means everyone is using the JIRA boards, right? Nowadays. So JIRA board means any new requirement will comes, they will create a new user story. The user story comes to the testers or a developer. Everyone should follow this. So here the main thing was like all the piece of code will be splitted into like sprints. As you all know that, right? Every sprint it will takes for 2 weeks. So each for every 2 weeks one sprint will happen. In that sprint meetings, what will go on is like they will implement few code. That code will be tested by testers, and that code will be released into the market. And is there any issues, or is there some mistakes will happen in the code, or is there any response times was higher, those things will be covered into the next sprint. So nothing will wait in between. So step by step it will move on. So nowadays all the software companies is following the sprints, and Jira board is they are following the Jira board. Okay, in Jira board, like user story will given by the developers, and we will accept the user story, and we will follow all the steps whatever we need to do. And once our planning test executions will be done, that will be reviewed by the developer, and then we can report to them, so that the sprint will end. How like that the agile methodology will happen. And coming to our testing life cycle, so our main goal is testing, right? So this software testing life cycle, we are having different phases: requirement gathering, test planning, test case development, environment setup, test execution, and test closure. All these are the different testing life cycle phases. So I will explain our performance testing life cycle phases in next slides. So before going to this software testing lifecycle or performance testing lifecycle explanation, I would like to give a simple overview of client and server. So what client will exactly do? Client is send the request to the server. Server means wherever the data and the database will be stored there. So whatever we are entered, if we take a Gmail example, I'm going to enter a login details. So it will fetch in the database and will pick up and get the response back to the client. Okay, this is the about a client and server. So we are having different types of tests in the market, right? Functional testing and non-functional testing. So in functional testings, we are going to cover, yeah. So we are going to cover this functional testing and non-functional testing. We are having two types. In functional testings, unit integration, system regression, user acceptance. These are all comes under functional testing. Non-functional testing means performance testing, security, compatibility, usability, and data conversion. So all these are comes under non-functional testing. So our performance testing is comes under non-functional testing. Okay, and next, please go through all these. What is unit testing, integration system, all these things. I don't want to explain in deeper level. You can pass the video and you can read it. I am thinking that this is not that much important. Okay. And the tools for perform, okay, whatever the tools we have in the market for functional and non-functional. Functional means it covers manual and automation testing, right? So functional testing tools are like, as you all know, that Selenium, HP, UFT, Appium, etc. Non-functional testing tools is ours, right? Performance and security. Performance testing also in market we are having a lot of tools. Loadrunner, Stormrunner, Silk Performer, Neoload, IBM RPT, JMeter, different tools we have in the market. Okay, Loadrunner was primarily Loadrunner was implemented uh, by Mercury, and it got adapted to by like acquired by HP, and from HP I think 2019 end of the December, this Micro Focus has signed to acquire this load runner by Micro Focus. Okay, so it was licensed and it was costly tool, but in this we are having more features and more flexible compared to JMeter, the load runner was. And the JMeter was implemented by, as you all know, that Java, Apache, and it was a free tool, and it was an open source and free tool. Like the advantages in JMeter as JMeter has, and the advantages of Loadrunner having Loadrunner has. Loadrunner will support only basic C language, but the JMeter will support Java, JavaScript, Groovy, all the different type of coding languages it will support. That's what nowadays in the market this JMeter has more demand compared to the Loadrunner. And another thing I would like to say, for example, for functional testing, okay, 100 job requirement is there, but the 100 employees is already there to occupy those um, spaces. But for performance testing, 500 openings was there, but the testers, the performance testers who the performance employees was less. So out of 1,000 openings, only 500 people was there for performance testing. So that much demand there in the market nowadays, so that everyone is choosing the performance testing, and it was very easy, simple, and anyone can grasp easily compared to the other tools. And less coding also we have in this performance testing compared to development or Salesforce or others demand. Okay, and what exactly was performance testing? Okay, uh, I will give you a real time example. If we can take an example of Flipkart application. Okay, so if I would like to buy a mobile in during the time of sale, when I am trying to hit to buy that application, like I mean buy that mobile and product, okay, sometimes you are seeing like 500 bad error, server down, or server error, internal server error, or bad request. Sometimes we are getting to see that page, right? So the reason why we are getting to see that page is the load to on that particular product hitting was more than expected. So by using our performance testing, we need to decide how much load that particular application can handle, and how reliability it was, and how the page speed was, and is the page is loading very faster or very slower. And definitely if the page were very slow, no user is interested to buy on that page, right? Definitely we got irritated. So 1 second delay in the page is 7% loss of conversions, and 11% few page views will happen. Definitely 16% decrease in customer satisfaction. If I can say $100 per a day in a website we can earn in a year, it could be 2.5 million sales will be lost due to this slowness of the browser, or the lack of reliability and lack of flexibility. So by using these performance tests we can decide how predictable the application was, and how easy it was, and is there any bottlenecks we need to identify, and by which bottleneck these particular system slowness is happens, we need to decide. That is about performance testing, and why we need to use these tools for performance testing. Okay, so if we cannot bring the real time users, and we cannot sit them, and we cannot execute the test with them, right? That's the reason these tools was implemented. These tools what will exactly do is it will simulate like a real time browsing users. Okay, it will simulate same users like real time, and we can execute the test and we can decide by using these tools. Okay. And what is the server? Okay, server, it is a software program, and what server exactly will do is it will understand the request and process the request and send back the request response from the server to the client. Okay, so as you all know that, right, architecture of the application, so we are having different type of architectures, one tier, two tier, three tier, and each tier has like a different layers, like presentation, logic, data layers, right? So one tier is like single client tier, so there is no data, there is no separate database, or there is no application layer, or there is no database layer. In single in single server, I mean, everything will be implemented. Database is there inbuilt, and the application layer, every all layers is included in single system, that we can call as a single tier, one tier architecture. And coming to the two tier is like client and data, we can say the client and server. So here in this two tier, only the drawback was like directly we can send the request from client to the directly to the database. Okay, and the response is coming from the database, we can say it as a two tier. Three tier means three layers will be possible. Okay, like client, business and data, three layers will be appears, so these are called as a web based applications. So these three tier architecture is also used for not bigger applications, medium scale applications, we will use this three tier architecture. And coming to the entire architecture, the advantage is we are having load balancers in entire architecture. Like each layer, like web layer or business layer or data layer, in between each layer, load balancers will there. So from browser, if any users will hit the number of users will hit to the particular browser at a time, right? These load balancers will handle all the load, will capture all the load, and it will distribute based on the requirement. It will distribute among different servers. So in this entire architecture will be mostly used for large scale applications and bigger applications. We can say example, e-commerce applications, right? Flipkart, Amazon, these are a very big applications, so definitely they will use entire architecture. And coming to performance testing life cycle, I would like to show you the documents as well, how the performance testing will happen. And if a new project will comes, if a new project will sign off, how the application is, how the project is, and what are the documents we need, I would like to give a brief idea about that. So this is the performance testing life cycle. And before going to start this non functional requirement gathering, I would like to show you the signing of document of performance testing. Yeah. So, so this is the signing of like statement of work performance testing services. So this SOW document means when a new application or a new feature will comes for performance testing, okay, the product owner and the client will sit together and they will make a sign. We need a performance testing, like that they will discuss, and whatever the product owner will convey to the client, all the elements included, and that will be signed. This is the SOW document. Okay, this is how the SOW document. What are the scope, in scopes, out scopes? What is the solutions, approaches, and whatever we are going to provide to the clients, like scripting part, executions, reports, all the things we are also agreeing with client. Okay, so and what is the pricing details? This is one of my previous organizations SOW document for one product.
Excuse me, Vidya.
Sorry.
Will this class be entirely in English or Telugu is also there?
Yeah, I would like to know that as well. Telugu people is also there, I would like to continue is in English is also fine.
Okay.
I think all are English. I'm continuing in English. So if
Okay.
anyone has any issues, let me know so that I will. Yeah, this is completely about SOW document. I will share you the documents as well. You can go through that. Not at all a problem. Okay. And coming to the requirement gathering, when a new project will start, we need to first we need to do the requirement gathering. Okay. So requirement gathering, what we will do? First of all, we need to ask the client. We need to set up the call with the client, and we need to ask what is the application of your architecture, what are the servers we have, and is there any load balancers we have, or is there any containers, is there any shared components we have. And we can ask about dedicated environment, why we need dedicated environment. Okay. So if we need to use development environment for testing. Okay, in development, people will do day by day code changes, right? If we record the script won't work. That's why we need development environment. Okay. I mean, that's why we need dedicated environment, not the development environment. Okay, we need to ask the client. We need a dedicated environment. And another thing, detailed step-by-step navigations we need. We will ask, but we can also identify the business critical scenarios. And we will ask the application URL also, and some test data details like username or password. By using that, we can also figure it out, right? How many business critical scenarios we have. Business critical scenarios means frequently used scripts, I can say. This is the requirements gathering phase, is the first phase in performance testing life cycle. And next, test strategy. Test strategy means what? Okay, in this test strategy, we will decide which type of test we need to execute, and we will do the POC of the tool, like which tool it will support. We need to record any one of the script, and we can check it will support Loadrunner or JMeter or etc. And hardware and software environment also we can set up it. Same as like production means production, how the production, it's same like we need a test design we need to made for performance testing. So this is the document of test design. Okay, this document will be we need to design it like what type of testing we need to do, and what are the monitorings we are going to do, what are the elements we are going to give to the client, what is the entry criteria and what is the exit criteria. And okay, this is the system architecture of the application. All the things that will be we will give few things to the client, and client also will provide few things to us, whatever we need. In test strategy phase, it will happen. Means what are the business critical scenarios, all this. You can go through these documents. I will upload in mail, so that you can go through these documents in detail, so that you will get an idea. Okay. And once we identify the business critical scenarios, okay, we will prepare we can prepare an Excel document like this. For example, one of my application I have prepared like this. Global search is the one of the scenario. So these are the steps, and this is the search box, and like this. So I'm having different features in my application, so that I have implemented a traversal flow document like this. Traversal flow document is also called as a business critical scenario identification, I can say. So these are the scripts which we are using frequently. Okay, this is about traversal flow document. And once we are ready with identification of scripts and SLAs and the POC of the tools done, then we need to give a test plan. Okay, this is the third phase. So test plan means for project kickoff, how many days it will take, it was completed or it is in progress. For script creation, how many days it will take, and how many team members we need. Okay, and all the things we need to estimate. We need to give the estimations for each and every thing whatever we are going to do. We need to provide a estimation and timings in this test plan document. Okay, I think you all know that these are all important in interview, right? So you can also go through this. This will be more helpful for you as well. Okay, this is one of my project's test plan. Let me show you. We need to prepare the test plan. Okay, these are all the applications, and we are having, these are the scope we can do, and we can deliver these things. And if I open this document, I think you can find out the business critical scenarios list here. And what are the risks, like we can say to the client, like these are the business critical scenarios, and this is the load, like 12% load we will distribute for this particular script. And like that, based on the client, we can discuss with client, and we can decide how much percentage of the load we will divide it to different workflow. Okay. So and application, I mean the server's usage, how many cores, and which CPU is how many cores, 8 cores or something, how much memory is there already, and what is the, I mean, mm, what is the disk space we have. All the things we can write. And in test plan we can also say that we are using this tool, and this version of the tool we are using, and we are going to monitoring these things. So we have used Perfmon at that time to monitoring. So we have prepared the document like this. Okay, I will share you all the documents. You can also uh, check how it was. Okay, and this is the phase 3. Coming to the phase 4. Okay, yeah. So coming to the phase 4, test execution. I think I will show you in instead of theory, I will show you practically how to execute the test, where to execute the test. And once test execution was done, the test results will be analyzed, right? Where we will do, and what are the recommendations we will provide. All these things it is covers under uh, uh, in coming classes in detail. Okay, and the Loadrunner has these three components: VUGen, controller, and analysis. And before going to install all the things, I would like to give a simple overview. I will like to show you the tools. I would like to open the tools and show you how it was. Okay. Once you install the Loadrunner, okay, you will see these three icons: virtual user generator, controller, and analysis. Okay, I'm opening this virtual user generator. Once you click on that, it will opens the virtual user generator like this. Okay, so it's opening. And once this virtual user generator was opened, so just I have added one script to show you how it was. Okay, this is the sample script. In coming classes we can I will explain how to record the scripts, what are the functions we have, how to correlate, all the things I will explain in coming classes. But this is how the VUGen was. Okay, basically this VUGen is used to record the script in Loadrunner tool. Okay, and so once you open the tool, it will be like this. I have opened one script and I have shown you, right? That is the thing. And coming to the controller. So why we use the controller? Controller is used to run the test executions. Okay, test designs and test executions. We can design the test, and we can execute the test. Let me show you sample one how it was. It's loading. So this is how here we can design the scenario. We can upload the script here, and we can design the scenario like one user for some time. This is a sample test scenario design. I will show you in coming classes what type of tests we have: load, stress, endurance, all the things I will cover, and I will execute, and I will show you how it works. Okay, once we design the test, we need to run the test from here. Okay, we can by clicking on running the test will start executes, and here all the results will be generating, like different graphs we have, right? So all the graphs will shown here. So this is completely about controller. So in Loadrunner, the controller is used for test executions, test designs. I would like to show you anyone Loadrunner results file. If I have, I will show you. If I do not have, let it be. Okay, I will show you this analysis. So Vusion is used for creating scripts, controller used for executions, and analysis is used for um, generating the results and analyzing, like analyzing how it was, how the results was. So analysis is mostly used for client side metrics, to gather client side metrics. uh, Actually, I do not have any implemented already implemented things, so I'm unable to show you how. If anything available in internet, let me show you how the report was, if any screenshot will be there. Yeah. Yeah, this is how the analysis looks like. So here we can see the test reports like this, all the analysis summary, test results, all the things we can see it in this analysis. Okay, once when I am trying to explain this, I will show you how it was. And this is about Loadrunner, and I would like to show you about JMeter. Okay, just I'm clicking opening JMeter tool. So when I'm trying to click on this JMeter.bat, where is that JMeter? Yeah, when I'm trying to click on this JMeter.bat, this JMeter file will open. So I would like to open any one existing script to show you how the JMeter tool looks like. So this is my JMeter. Okay, so this is how the UI was. In coming classes, we can see in detail how the JMeter going to work and all the things. Okay, and another tools I would like to cover. I told you, right, fiddler. So this is the fiddler. So why we need fiddler is just to capturing the traffic from the browser. For that purpose, we will use, by using this we can convert that URLs from this fiddler to JMeter or fiddler to Loadrunner. Okay, I will show you how to do that in later. And coming to F12, F12 developer tool is also one of the external tool. So here whatever we can search, for example I have searched, right, all the URLs, just click on F12 in the keyboard, so you can see this. So how all these requests are there, so all these things we can see it here in this F12 developer tools. Okay, and then next, um, HTTP watch I said, right? HTTP watch means it is also same. This is also an external tool. Whatever we are going to browse here. So okay, the all the traffic will be captured using this F12. I mean HTTP watch. Or anyone is fine, but all the companies are using this HTTP watch, F12, and Fiddler. Compared to all those, for JMeter, everyone is using this bad boy. Okay, this is the bad boy tool. I will provide all the softwares as well. And in this bad boy, each and every request will be recorded separately, and from here only we can get the UI right side and requests left side. So for that, compared to Fiddler, HTTP Watch, and F12, Bad Boy was a good tool. So all the companies are using the Bad Boy, and it was a free tool, open source tool. Okay, I will provide the software of this tool as well. So this is comes under external tools, and encoder, decoder, and regex one. These are all the browsing tools, I can say. Okay, encoder, online encoder, online decoder is as you all know that, right? So By using this, we can encode and decode the values. Means login username to another format. Okay. Regex 101, why we need to build the regular expressions. It was very easy site to build the regular expressions. Okay. And API testing, as I said, right? Postman. This was the Postman. By using this Postman, we can verify like how the particular request was. Okay. Just we need to provide the get or post. We need to provide the URL here and adding the headers or body or whatever we need. If we can send here, we can see the response. So in coming classes, I will show you in detail how where we can use these all tools. And integration, as I said, right? Git and Jenkins. So Git and Jenkins was cloud. So I will show you in the class itself how to use this JMeter's Git and Jenkins one. And for this Loadrunner also, I will show you Git ALM micro things. This one already integrated in the tool. I will show you how we can how it will works. And before going to that, I will open another one. So server side monitoring, as I said, right? Perfmon. This is the Perfmon we can use for monitoring, performance monitoring collection. So you can see here, we can see the how CPU was, how the memory was, and how the performance of the particular server mission while executing the test, right? So how much percentage of bytes are in use and available bytes, cache, everything. And apart from that, we can add the data collectors. So different type of data collectors are available, so we can add it. uh, we can add it, and we can from here we can pull all the counters whatever we need. For example, I need processor, right? In processor also we are having different user timer or processed time or interrupted time. If you can add this, all these counters, if you add here and once you keep after every test execution, I think these results will be monitored. Okay, just you can add it and prepare any one data collector. uh, okay, so once we save this, you can see all the whatever the metrics we need, interrupted time, all these things after the test execution. Okay, this tool also I'm going to cover. And app dynamics I will show you live, I mean in documents. And uh, this is the Grafana. Okay, so Grafana is an open source tool, so no need to buy any charge anything we need. So based on our requirement, we can monitor all the things and we can set it up the alerts. If we need to monitor any Kubernetes, we can install this. We need to create a dashboard also, and whatever we need we can do. Like if we want to get the users, we need to just click on the users. We need to capture metric forecast, we can get it from here. Like this, whatever we need we can add it and we can get it from Grafana. So this is the monitoring tool, I will show you in detail. And apart from Grafana, I told you, right, AWR reports. AWR is also a licensed one, so even free trial also we cannot get it in internet. So I will show you the screenshot how it was. And for test data setup, I told you, right, Toad. So this is the Toad. um, So by providing the user connection details, we can connect the Toad. So in coming classes, how to use the Toad and why we need it to get the test data, I will explain in detail. And thread dump. This is the main important concept in engineering level activity. Okay, JPROFILER we will use to pull down all the results. Okay, why JPROFILER means thread dumps, heap dumps, garbage collection issues, all these things we can find it using this JPROFILER. Okay, you can see it here, how much memory is occupied. Okay, and you can hidden space, how much hidden space is there, you can identify this. I think all this heap memory is all, as you all know, that garbage collections, right? In this hidden space, older generation, younger generation, survivor space, all these things I will cover. So non heap memory means how much code, which method is occupying how much MB. of space it will displace. So all this I will cover it here. In this GC activity also we can monitor. See, at particular period of time 1% GC was utilized, like that. And what are the classes we have in JPROFILER? Okay, so while running the test execution, is there any particular transaction is taking longer time, right? Which class is taking longer time and which particular time also it will displace here. Threads, as you all know that, right? Number of threads active in the system, how many threads we have, and how much speed it has, and which thread is in which state, you can see clearly here. Runnable threads, how many threads are running, how many are blocked, how many are threading, and how many are waiting threads, and total number of threads, which thread is in deadlock situation. All the things will be we can covered in this JProfiler. Okay, so what is the load in CPU? So it's occupying 60%, right? So we can live memory also we can check in this. So all these things I'm going to cover in detail in coming classes. Okay, and apart from this, like threads, in detail threads, how many how many connections is are coming, how many are in live. Okay, is this a TCP connection or RDP connection? Everything it will be displayed here. Even database also, like JDBC, is there any JDBC connections we have, and it will displace what are from the JDBC, which connections is getting from which state. Okay, and hibernate, how many are in hibernating state. Okay, everything will comes in detail. Okay, so if a client asks, okay, it at which thread state this particular call is like occupying more percentage. Okay, you can see here 100%, right? Out of 100%, this particular thread is I mean this particular request is taking more percentage, right? Occupying more per 36 percentage of the but this request is occupying 36% of particular hibernating, means the speed of the memory or speed of the speed is becoming degrading. So everything, so if it was a HTTP client, and what are the request we can capture, and if it was a server, what are the request we are going to capture. Okay, how much percentage it's occupying, and JMS also we can everything, in detail report we can monitor using this JProfiler. So thread dumps, heap dump, garbage collections, all these things we can get it using this JProfiler tool. Okay, this is also a licensed one, but we can monitor using this. I have downloaded a free trial version, and like this way we can monitor all these things. um, I think I have covered all the end-to-end tools, like whatever I will going to show you, and in coming classes, um, I will explain you how the tools was, and how where we can use these particular tools, at what situation we need to use these tools. Okay, I'm going to cover all these topics in coming classes. So um, the session was done. So I would like to know any questions, any doubts you can ask now. Anyone can ask now.
Hi, Vidya, Manish this side.
Yeah, Manish, tell me.
Yeah. So Vidya, the performance monitor tool, is that
Yeah.
open source?
You are saying this JProfiler, you mean?
No,
Whatever I showed you?
you mentioned some performance monitor.
Perfmon, yeah, it's a
Perform.
free. Yeah, Perfmon is a free open source. Just you can
Uh,
go to Windows, and just you can search in your Windows also, Perfmon.
okay,
Yeah, you
fine.
can click on this performance monitor. We can get that.
Okay, fine. And what about Jet Profiler? You said it is licensed one, but for
Yeah, it is
example,
a licensed one. So 10 days free trial is available. You can try to download it, and you can just analyze how it was and what type of things we can collect.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
But for example, if I'm using, if my company is letting me do only to use the open source tool. for example, they ask me not to use Loadrunner and just to use the JMeter. Okay.
Yeah.
And along with that,
Hmm.
if I need to use JPROFILER, then it is only 10 days free. Is there any other monitoring tool we're having where I can get all these analysis?
No, you cannot get like that. Always the company should provide this monitoring tool, because in this monitoring tool that particular server should be inbuilt, right? We cannot do the setup. Whatever the servers we need to execute for that particular application, those particular servers should be added to this JProfiler. Then only while we are executing the test, we can see that and we can monitor that and we can provide the accurate results. So definitely company should provide this monitoring, this analysis tool, thread
Mhm.
dumper, heap dump analysis tool. Yeah.
Okay. For example, if I'm not having that, then is there any alternative option to this JProfiler?
Yes, definitely we have, right? So
Okay.
in JMeter, if I can say, while running the test executions, we are having option. Thread dump, heap dump analysis means while running the test itself, it will download two files. Okay, thread dump, heap
Mm-hmm.
dump, and memory dump. Just you can open that thing in JProfiler or any other thread dump or heap dump monitoring analysis tool. Just you can
Okay.
open it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you are going to tell that also, right? If
Yeah, yeah, yes, correct, correct.
okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Is there any other questions from others?
And one more question. Sorry, with the one more question from
Sure,
my
sure.
side.
Yeah, sure.
As 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 load learner is licensed tool, right?
Yes,
So most of the companies, they are not allowing it,
yes,
and they are mainly going for JMeter.
yes.
So are we going to mainly concentrate on JMeter or load learner, or we are going to concentrate on equally?
Actually, in this session, I think all are voted for JMeter.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
So no one is there for Loadrunner. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to cover end-to-end JMeter. Okay,
Okay.
I will include functions, all the functions, whatever we have functions in JMeter, I'm going to cover, and all the bean shell samplers, bean shell
Mm-hmm.
scripting, how to write bean shell scripting also I will cover,
Mm-hmm.
and how to generate the HTML report, and GUI mode, non-GUI mode with different regions,
Okay.
VSTS, VTS, virtual table server, and
Mm-hmm.
RMI, remote method invocation. I think you all heard about that, right? Like master slave setup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All those things I'm going to cover in deeper level only. It's whatever the training I'm going to provide was completely real time.
Okay, fine, no issue.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be a great help if it is
yeah,
JMeter.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
With my training, with I can say with my training you can directly continue the project whatever you are working.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, no issue.
Any
Thank
others, any questions? If
Hi
anyone.
Vidya, this is Gangadhar here.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I'm new to this. Not like familiar with all those. I'm just familiar with the load runner, not with
Okay.
the JMeter. Actually, when I was gathering all information about this,
Yeah.
I was listening that load runner was a very demanding tool at
Okay.
that time. Now, as
Yeah.
per your information, whichever
JMeter.
information you're telling is JMeter.
Yeah.
So is it like in the market right now, the JMeters are having
Yes.
more vacancies?
Yes, JMeter is having more vacancies and JMeter is having more demand than Loadrunner, because JMeter is a open source, right? There is no call license cost is needed. And another advantage was Java people can also use, and JavaScript, GroovyScript, any can. DevOps also can use the JMeter, right? That's what the JMeter was more demand in market nowadays compared to Loadrunner. Previously, compared to JMeter, Loadrunner was more demand, but the version changes. Day by day, versions was changing, right? The code was implemented. The flexibility is also came to JMeter, same
Okay,
as
okay.
like Loadrunner. Yeah,
So if in the case start learning the JMeter,
yeah.
so any like pre-requirements are there? Like I need to have some coding knowledge, right, regarding to C++
No need,
or anything.
no need any knowledge. It was completely basic scripting and not that much depth. Basic functions, basic scripting, all the help documents also available for JMeter. No need to learn any other tools.
Okay, because if I'm like going with the basics also, you will let us know basics as well. That
Yes,
you mean
yes,
that, right?
yes, correct. I will give you a basic coding training as well in this.
So as per my knowledge, which when you introduced me like with your messages and all, I understood that Loadrunner and JMeter was separate in your course.
Correct. So 2 batches is going to I'm going to run. So
Okay.
if you want parallelly, you want to join both, you can join. Morning is Loadrunner and evening is JMeter. If you want to continue, my suggestion was don't go parallelly. One after the other only the best solution, because if you learn both at a time, you will get confused, right? So
Yes.
take one course, and then if completes, another batch also will start. At that time, you can take the Loadrunner. That will be the best.
I was like somewhat like in the dilemma only, because when I got to know that you were telling JMeter, and JMeter is like a high demand in like in the present
Yes,
market.
yes.
So
Almost 90% of the calls is there for JMeter.
yeah,
Even
but
if you don't know about Loadrunner, they will interview with JMeter and they will keep you in Loadrunner. That chances is high. Yeah.
okay, so like parallelly, company will also
Looking for both.
both.
Looking for both. Yeah.
Okay, but as per you in the profile, both should have, or one is also enough?
One is also enough. If you don't know about Loadrunner also, they will recruit you and they will give you a KT after the
Training.
recruits. Yeah.
Okay, if someone learns JMeter, then after the like Loadrunner is easy part for him, or
Yes,
it will
yes,
be like.
it was very easy. JMeter is little code based. So compared to Loadrunner, JMeter was, if you learn the JMeter, obviously Loadrunner will be easy.
Okay. And like being honest with you, I generally started learning Loadrunner first. So in between now, if I start JMeter, will it be easy for me to grab?
Yeah, easy to grasp. Not that much tough.
Because
Both
I
are
saw that
same.
JMeter, it's
Both are
very.
same. Okay, not much different. The tool was different. The way we are doing was different. But the concept, whatever the target we are going to do, was same.
Yeah, because as per my
Correlation.
understanding, when I used this Loadrunner and I saw JMeter, it's totally like on manual base. It's not like
Correct.
the UI was
Correct.
not that friendly.
Friendly, yes. Loadrunner was completely user friendly. Like all the functions, whatever we have, we can drag and drop. But JMeter, all the things we need to do was manual.
Okay. So how
Yeah.
much duration you are taking for to complete all the chapters
I'm
which you have
because
mentioned?
software coming day software recession is also happening, right? And the company is also going to open on January. So I would like to complete it as soon as possible. My target was 20 days, because I would like to complete all these tools, right? So in my coverage, a lot of tools we have. I think in other institutes, these many tools covering or not, I'm not sure. But I would like to cover all these tools end to end. It's like real time. I would like to cover. So my target was 20 days. Whatever the important concepts, I will explain you in deeper level.
So
I
as per my
don't.
understanding, the 20 days are very less than like outside institute or offering,
Correct,
right?
correct. For basics SDLC, STLC life cycle, they will took maximum 9 to 10 days to explain the theory. So I
Okay.
don't want to spend that much time for theory. So theory was not important. The practicality was important in companies. I'm
But
mainly.
Vidya, if the interviewer will ask you the theory question, then how we will tackle about it?
No one will ask you about SDLC.
No, not about SDLC,
Yeah.
obviously,
I
but
have
if in
covered,
general terms.
yes. I have covered performance testing life cycle, right? All
Yeah.
the phases I have covered. With the documentation I have showed you, right?
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
shown me. Like, no, I'm just asking generally. I
Those
haven't attended
questions,
anything.
those questions only they will ask you. Not
Okay.
apart from that,
Uh,
they won't beyond. No one will ask you the questions.
okay. It will be in
I
the
will keep
like.
I will keep in mind the interview purpose, whatever it requires. I'm covering all those.
Okay, so you will definitely provide what are the interview questions are
Correct,
there.
correct. In the classes only, I'm covering all the things, whatever the interviewer will ask.
So last question, I won't take much time.
Sure.
I guess people, other people are also there.
Yeah.
So, what I can understand, you are more focusing on the work, like practical
Yes,
work.
correct. That is only important, right? Once you select the interview, once you enter into the company, the scripting part, more into engineering level activity was more important, right? Everyone is asking you that thing. No one will ask you about theory, and after coming to the company, no one will ask you to how this, what is this, and what you will do with this. No one will ask you. Just they will directly provide you a new project, and they will ask you to start working on that. So I'm
Okay,
focusing more on that.
in interview question also, they won't be much of the theory part.
Yes, yes. Only practical, real time questions only they were going to ask.
Okay, okay, understood,
Yeah,
understood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions from any others? No need to worry. Like, few people are thinking if the batch size was big, then the concentration of the trainer was less. No one will like whatever the doubts we have, the trainer will not answer like this. Please don't feel like that. If you have any doubts, more doubts, if you feel any other special class, I will set up a special class for the doubt session, and I will clear you or each and every person doubts independently. Don't, no need to worry if the batch size was big or small. I will focus each and every one. So I will also provide you a practical tasks at the same time. When I'm providing you a training, I will ask you to I will provide you a, like tasks in middle of my class. You can also get a chance to work with to interact while I'm explaining itself. Any
Vidya,
other? Yeah,
last question.
yeah,
So, like after the completion of this course,
yeah.
do you have any other support, like till we get the job, anything like that?
Yes, I will provide you I will provide you references, job references also I will provide. Okay, I do not want to charge any amount for that. Okay, so I
Okay.
will definitely provide you references from my end.
So, as per your experience, how what is the percentage of a fresher chances to get into the company?
As for performance testing, I can say fresher or experienced anyone should be same. Okay, the learning based on the learning. So if I have 8 years experience, if you learn the tool more than me, I think you are the good expertise, right?
But company
In
mainly
my case,
focus on the experience only, no? Like in the first
they will
short
not focus
listing.
on the experience. Please don't think that way. Okay, they will not focus on the experience. Even a fresher can also answer all the questions. Then the interviewer also ready to take you to enter into the company, and they're ready to provide you a work based on your interviewer performance. They will provide you a job. It's not like fresher or experience.
Okay, because I like generally I'm I understood the people who are more experienced, they will
No,
get
no,
shortlisted first.
no. It's based on the experience. Like, I mean, based on the resume, based on the content you kept in resume, based on the Naukari updation, all that, based on all the things, you will get a call.
So in this course time, like in the duration of this course, so we do we have any projects which we can show to which we can add in our like resume also?
Mm,
Anything like that?
I cannot promise you like that, but definitely I will try to provide few projects.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing I would like to say is I would like to provide the classes in Saturday, Sunday as well. So please be active, and daily I will monitoring you. So if anyone interested, not interested, I don't want to take in as a personal, but I would like to provide the classes Saturdays, Sundays as well. I would like to complete the syllabus as soon as possible. So because as you all know that, right, this December was the ending. From January, I think all the offices will open. If I complete as soon as possible, that will be more helpful for you.
One last question, Vidya. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
All the
as you
questions
were
from you.
saying, company will get open. So that means practically we need to go to the company
Yes,
and
correct.
give us interview.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Almost all the companies are following hybrid model. So they are allowing to work from home for based on our personal issues. But from January, I think all the companies will open, and we need to go to office regularly. The talk is like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
So if you have any questions, any doubts, you can call me anytime. Okay, and in group also you can post in between if you have any doubts. You can post in the group. You can discuss. If anyone also don't know, I will also respond with the doubts. And I hope uh, this demo was very helpful. Okay, we can see you tomorrow. From tomorrow itself, we can start the practical creation of scripting classes. Okay, be ready for that. Tomorrow I will, if possible, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, I will upload all the tools. Whatever tools I have showed you, all the tools I will upload, and I will upload the videos as well. Loadrunner JMeter downloading videos I will upload. I think apart from that, all are you know that just click on next, next, next. That's it. No need to any other steps to install. Just click on next, next. I will provide you all the softwares. Yeah, I'm going to stop the recording.